Well, I'm coming from hospital today. And I believe there's a hospital in this game. I mean, there has to be, right? And I gotta say, as I was leaving the hospital, pretty weirdly for the 5th of May, there was just an absolute snowstorm. Lasted for about 5 minutes. Finished pretty much as soon as we'd actually got back to the car. But oh my god. It was so snowy. I haven't seen snow in a long time. Much less been out in it. It was nice. Now, of course, it's completely sunny again, because nothing about meteorology makes any sense, and I challenge any meteorologist to prove me wrong. I actually don't. I believe you, it's okay. I'll stay in my lane. Perplexed by the various polar vortices and so on and so forth. I think it's time to come up in the world. I don't really remember exactly how I got here, because I know I got here by mistake. And then I got very spooked out by the mere existence of this hallway, but let's see what's actually here. Could be something good. Could also be something horrible. But they wouldn't put something horrible in this game, right? Why would they do that? Okay. So, from health drinks to canned juice. I'm not sure if the come up is real or not. That seems like a downgrade. Does the game not know I'm out here flush with health drinks? 4 at my last count. 4 health drinks. Oh, but this is a 6-pack. Shut me right the fuck up. 6-pack of canned juice. It was in the hallway on the first floor. Was the location at which I found the canned juice of some kind of importance? I fail to see how it would be. Whose room is this anyway? 107, huh? I'm sure there's no harm in me opening the door and walking inside, like, what's the worst thing that could realistically be in there? Oh, thank God. Okay. Fewer rooms to worry about. Though I am concerned that the juice may have triggered something. Possibly in the game's scripting. Possibly within my own primal nature. I don't actually connect picking up virtual juice to getting all sicko mode. Huh. I guess I just completely ignored that door last time I came down here, because I would have noticed that it was fucked up if I was paying any attention. And been either more or less confused at the bottom than I actually was at the time. So there was some kind of issue with the audio sync on the previous video. It's possibly because I went over, I was like, these videos have been ridiculously short, let's push them up a bit. So I went for like 48 minutes, I think, but then it was out of sync. But weirdly, I made one adjustment in the middle and fixed it, so I think there was like one glitch somewhere that fucked it up, but I hope that's not going to become a thing, and I will probably attempt to keep the actual run times down specifically for that. You know, we live and we learn. We move on. We adapt. I don't really know what to do now. Hold up. That room. Just next to 303. This thing. Downstairs there's a garbage chute. And there must be something to do with that. Because I'm pretty sure I've been everywhere else that can be opened. But the garbage chute just empties out at the bottom. So I don't see what I could achieve other than dropping something down and then being like, oh, look, it came out the other side. I don't see what that benefits me. Hold up. 301's a penis. 303's a penis. 307's a penis. You hate to see it. Cool music. Was this music here last time? Unless, do I have keys I didn't previously have or something? I don't remember what room this is. Is this another stairwell? Okay, yes it is. What are you looking at, boy? Oh shit, okay. Nice. I don't know how I missed those. Or have I don't even remember if I've been in here. I must have been in here. Because I went to the bottom and thought that it would open to the main lobby and it was locked. Okay. Come on, James. Why would they make these staircases when the game controls the way it does? It's like a movement puzzle. Okay. It should be reassuring that there's no static, but the silence is really uncomfortable in its own way. Where am I now? This isn't where I wanted to be. Oh, this is just 209. Okay, this is behind the clock. This is how I got through here in the first place. Understood. I don't think I have anything to gain from going back in there, but... nice to be reminded how it works. Okay, we can do better here. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm already at the top. I was gonna do a whole thing. I was gonna do strafe-centric stair climbing, and I wasn't gonna let Tifa say the bad word. Don't worry. Not in this house. Not as long as I'm alive. Damn. You know, I could be running, but there's just something about this. Doo-doo! Sorry, it's good for morale. We've established this a long time ago. I apologize if I'm damaging the atmosphere. I'm not trying to. I just like spinning around. I'm sorry. I'm trying to delete it, okay? Do I need to... Was the... Oh, the garbage was at the top. I thought it was above it, but it's the other way around. I am beneath. I'm getting a little bit complacent, I think, with these hallways. If the game wanted to fuck with me, it would have an extraordinarily easy time doing so. Nope, this isn't where I want it to be either. What am I doing? I basically live in this hotel. I'm like, who lives in an hotel? I'm trying to think. I'm like Eugene Levy. Yeah, that's right. I've referenced Schitt's Creek, so now I have to put a big old transparent PNG file of Eugene Levy on the thumbnail, even though I haven't been differentiating the thumbnails from one another with any particular details. Maybe it's time to start. I have to now, or he'll probably sue me. I don't know whether or not he's a particularly litigious man, but it's an abhorrent thing for me to do. And I would expect some kind of punishment. Or at least a desire for justice from the offended party. Maybe the canned juice goes in the trash. I have no idea why in the name of God. But we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Shit, I didn't try and throw the photo of my wife away. Maybe that's what the trash is for. How fucked up does this game get? Would it go that far? Sorry, I'm just testing some camera stuff. Looks a little weird at the intersection, it turns out. Pull the map up. My brain's all over the goddamn place. The trash was like the first thing I found when I came to this place, and for some reason, I'm really struggling to figure out how to get back to it. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong side of the whole thing to begin with. Why can't I reverse engineer a way back there in my brain? It's like all my synapses are just failing. It just came from here. Oh God. Oh Christ. Yeah, pant it up, lad. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. It would really help if I had some way of changing floors on the map, but I'm pretty sure it just doesn't want to let me do that. All the buttons seem to do is quit the map. Oh, I can zoom out. Oh my God, I can. Oh, the last thing I pressed. There it fucking does. There's a fucking... I see you, trash. I see you. How the fuck do I get to you? Down these stairs through the clock room. Okay, going through the clock room has like completely cut me off. For some reason in my head, I've been acting as though as I've been going along, I've been like unlocking Miyazaki shortcuts. But it hasn't been the case really. I think everything I've been unlocking has been progress based rather than convenience based. Except for that door which goes back outside. Which is probably where I'm getting tangled up, because that's... yeah. I could have just gone out that door and in through the other door, where I already started when I loaded the save. Good stuff, brain. Proud of you. Well, that was a psychologically taxing 80 minutes. But at least for the time being, I think I know what I'm doing again. And we got some handgun bullets, you know, so we haven't achieved literally nothing. We got juice and bullets, which is all you really need for a successful road trip. Way through is here, right? Yes. There we go. What? I think it's just like this, right? I think I'm safe. I don't care for this. Die. Just can't get a rise out of that guy. He's so stoic. Please don't have respawned things. Why is it getting worse? Why is the music getting worse? It just fucking does that, huh? It doesn't care what's going on. It's just like, I'm just gonna fucking scare the shit out of you. Okay. If that's how you feel. No. No. They don't do that without having a reason. Why does James hate this room so much? Obviously there's the dead dude. And obviously, yes, the dead dude, to my eyes, does kind of look like maybe he could be James. But what else is going on? There must be emotional details in this environment. And there's the moth bed, right? Oh, that's a different room with the moth bed. What was this again? This was the clock riddle note, right? Yeah. So is the thumping like hands on a clock? Like some really brutal industrial ticking? Okay. I've been fully invested in this the whole time I've been playing it. but it does deserve a little bit more attention on some of the details than I'm noticing I should be giving it at any given moment. I'm going to try and address that. Alright, it's trash day, let's go. Has anybody respawned? Does anyone want to just mess with my brain or my heart right now? Does anyone hate me? We good? I think we're good. Okay. So what was the situation with this? Oh, it's blocked. Okay, it's blocked. Strange garbage. Okay. Didn't know they got me in this game. I mean, you know I gotta do it. Okay, it looks like I can't throw the picture of my dead wife down the garbage. Understandable. He clearly has some kind of emotional attachment to her. That's his prerogative. Who am I to argue with him about that? Oh my god, it's doing it. I mean, I guess it makes sense because I don't know what else I'd have, but why is it juice? That's so arbitrary. My man could have just, like, prodded it with the stick. He could have got the stick and, like, jammed the trash down the hole. Just like he could have grabbed the keys with the stick. I think I'm trying to engage with this on too logical a level. I think I'm interpreting this in a way that usually annoys me when people try to interpret other things. Like, oh, the plot holes. It's like, not really plot holes. It's, you know, it's psychological. It plays by its own rules. It is open to interpretation. And sometimes you cannot get ye flask. And as a brain owner and brain user, sometimes it's just like that. So I think it tracks. Oh. Well, I'm glad I walked down here, because my whole way down here I was like, this is a fool's errand. If it's fire escape, am I outside? Oh my god, what's happening now? No, please. Please, God, no. I don't need this in my life. Yo, it's Inception. What the fuck? There is no fire escape outside the door. That's how they get you. Maybe they knocked it down when they built the building next door? The building next door almost looks older than the concept of a fire escape at a glance. I think I can get into the building next door if I go through the window in front of me. I would like to be consulted on this decision, James, because we didn't save her. James. This better be an empty room, I fucking swear to God. Empty except for the freaky... Is that glass or, like, dead flies? I think that's glass. Okay, don't move, James. You're gonna fuck up them kicks. Take a look around first. Not that helpful, not that helpful. Oh, yeah, okay, get those neck rolls in. These are tense situations. The last thing you need is muscular tension to make everything worse. Okay, good stuff, James. I'm proud of you, okay? Now we're gonna slowly sidle out of the nonsense. Minimal damage, okay. Why did you go in here, James? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? There's an old broken down bed here. Yep. Can I go back? I can go back. Okay. Oh, and there's a little cutscene for it too. That was way more satisfying than the one where we went in. Love to see it. I mean, I need to see what's at the bottom of the trash chute. I feel like I'm jumping the gun by completely abandoning the apartments. There's still a mystery afoot. Almost missed my floor. I said floor, but I meant stop, but I could have said door. There's got to be a better way of navigating these stairs. Maybe I'm just terrible at it. Wouldn't surprise me. Catch your breath, lad. Save time. Ooh. I like areas where I can kind of treat the camera almost traditionally. And I like how his head moves and the torch moves. It's all good stuff. You know what? No. Not yet. I'm going to pick the thing up first. That's too much of a cliffhanger. Between that and the fire escape room, I can't do neither. That's just cruel to the sizable audience. Love to get a bit of fresh air, presuming that this fog isn't horrendously toxic or carcinogenic or whatever else, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Silent Hill 1 fog is. So, I don't see why the Silent Hill 2 fog would be any different. It's like a mining town, right? It's like a fire under it. Am I getting confused with real life now? I also remember, actually, in Silent Hill 1, there's like a big old siren noise, right? And then the walls like bleed rust, and ash falls from the sky. I'm thinking about this because, again, just the weird mini blizzard I was in earlier, the freak snowstorm. I was like, yo, it's Silent Hill ash. And then I was like, wait a minute. There was no Silent Hill ash in Silent Hill. But there is. There just doesn't seem to be in Silent Hill 2, which is reassuring, because that's a pretty fucking horrifying thing. I can happily live without that siren, even though that thing is cool. I just completely ignored what I was doing. I was fucking on one. I was thinking about Silent Hill sirens. That shit sends me cold, because we had a demo of that when I was little. And that shit was fucking terrifying. And I mean little, like I shouldn't have even seen it, probably. And I barely played it, because it was just, no thank you. That shit was scary. But I was so captivated by it too. Scary and fascinating. And I'm sure I'll play it at some point. But this one has more emotional appeal for me, plus I think it's... I don't know. Maybe the other one's just a little bit... I don't want to say too old, but as a way into actually playing these games properly, I think a lot of people seem to agree that 2 is a decent starting point, and also probably the best one, so... The garbage bag is torn and the contents are strewn all over, and by best, I mean, obviously that's a subjective thing, but I think that most people seem to form the strongest connection with this, in terms of people who, you know, have good things to say about many entries in the series. Seems to be a very common favourite amongst people who like all of them, you know, or as many of them as it's possible to like. We all know what Konami does to things and what it has done to this. The garbage bag is torn and the contents are strewn all over. I got a coin, old man. What the fuck did you just say to me? Excuse me? What's this? Some gossip magazine, eh? See, a cheeky little A from James. The personality is starting to come through. You know, he may miss his wife, but he's still in there. Oh, this doesn't sound cheeky at all. The police announced today that Walter Sullivan, who was arrested on the 18th of this month for the brutal murder of Billy Locane and his sister Miriam, committed suicide in his jail cell early on the morning of the 22nd. That's not gossip, that's a suicide announcement from the police. What do you mean? That's news, man. According to the police statement, Sullivan used a soup spoon to stab himself in the neck, severing his carotid artery. I always feel weirded out by that word. I always feel like there's always a split second in my head where I'm like, did they spell like cartoid wrong? Because I just think in terms of blood, I'm thinking, you know, cardoid, and And then I'm like, no, they've spelled it right. I'm the one that's wrong. Do I even know how to pronounce this? All this happens, this cascade of self-doubt. As soon as I see this word appear, it's not the first time it's come up on my stream. This isn't a stream at this point, you know, but it's not the first time it's come up. And there's always just that little bit of hesitation. Because I really don't see the word very often. And more infrequently still am I tasked with actually saying it out loud. But whenever I am, it's always on the fly. I always just gotta adapt. And sometimes I fail to adapt and get sidelined by this extremely long rant about the fact that I didn't immediately know how to pronounce that word and potentially have still mispronounced it. By the time the guard discovered him, Sullivan was dead from blood loss, the spoon buried 2 inches in his neck. An old schoolmate of Walter Sullivan's from his hometown of Pleasant River said he didn't look like the type of guy who would kill kids. But I do remember that just before they arrested him, he was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff like, he's trying to kill me, he's trying to punish me, the monster, the red devil, forgive me, I did it, but it wasn't me. The schoolmate then added, I guess now that I think of it, he was kinda crazy. Well, there you go. Is that like a... Is that worth putting in the logs? Okay, it was. I was concerned I'd have to read it again and try and commit some of the details to memory. I don't know, this could pertain to a riddle or something. But if it wasn't going to be, like, recorded in the menus, I would never remember it even existed, probably. So even if I did need to consult it, I don't think I'd be able to think to come back here. Now we can save. Can't believe I ran all the way to the other door for no fucking reason. This entire episode has just been so absent-minded. I don't walk these halls too much. It's got to my brain. It's collapsing in on itself. I can barely string a sentence together anymore. And I still haven't seen the apartment bulldog. And we're going to be leaving the building soon. And I'm starting to fear that they may have just been stringing me along, playing me for a fool. I don't even know if... I don't think there's a bulldog in this game. I know there is a very famous dog in this game. I know enough about the game to know that, because that's fucking iconic. But that's not a bulldog. I'm sure I already covered this. I want to see that bulldog. Look after yourselves.